Okay, my man. What's up, everybody? I know this is gonna blow your mind, but this is not Hey Bitches, nor is this the remix. This is actually Game Time Audible. I'm here helping my little brother out. He gonna talk everything sports. I'm gonna be here. I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be everywhere. But most of the time, you're gonna see this little thing like this. Yeah. Sometimes I'll be gone, but I can still listen, bitch. Y'all don't say that slick out your mouth, okay? But anyway, okay. Tell him what's up, Hugh.
What's going on, everybody, man? Sorry, E-Buck couldn't be here tonight, but the show must continue. I'm gonna drop Game Time Audible. He thought he could get away with it, but nah, man, I'm here now. I want to discuss what happened over the college recaps, man. It was a lot of stuff that I was right on for the most part. We'll get into that. Right now, we're just about to get into a quick commercial break, and I'll be coming back with the college recap.
Oh, we're gonna do the college recap. Okay, he's trying to do so. He's trying to make y'all think y'all somebody. Well, he gonna do this commercial. Mr. Hughes learned how to be the producer of his own goddamn show. Okay. Okay.
Viewer discretion is advised.
Behind the Blue Curtain, Saturdays at 11 a.m. Eastern. Unscripted talk on police reform and race relations.
And now, Behind the Blue Curtain's law enforcement liaison, retired 32-year Chicago police veteran, homicide detective, former commander, sergeant, grant writer, lecturer, and adjunct professor, Joseph J. Mosley.
Behind the Blue Curtain's minister of common sense, former 12-year Fort Worth police officer, educator, voice of reason, and unapologetic practitioner of sound judgment, the young scholar, LaRonda Young.
Behind the Blue Curtain's co-host, fact checker, and investigative journalist is Adoro Rodriguez.
All right, y'all. Welcome back to that thing they call Game Time Audible. I'm your boy Dirk, but he was doing this all by himself. I'm just here to look good. Hopefully, find a sports fan that likes sports and think I'm sexy and get a date. But anyway, okay. Sports can be loved by everybody, straight or gay. Praise the Lord. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. You talk about your college recap. Talk about Alabama and Oklahoma and Texas and Vanderbilt have a sorry ass football team. I don't even know. I think they just have a football team because it's required of them to have one, honey. But I'm sorry. Go ahead. Okay.
Man, I was so hurt at the beginning of everything, man. I was getting ready to watch the games on that Thursday and seeing that my team, North Carolina, was ranked number 10. I was so happy for them. And then just to see them lose to a team, no disrespect to Virginia Tech. I think they're a hell of a team, a hell of an organization. They gave us Michael Vick, for crying out loud. But my problem was I just didn't feel like they matched what North Carolina Tar Heels brought to the table. But that's why you play to win the game. I've seen the game and I seen that they went up big on my Tar Heels, and then they tried to make.
I'm gonna tell you something. I really believe that a lot, and this is my theory. I really believe that a lot of people lose games because they're not mentally in it. And then sometimes they become cocky. You can have a top 10 team playing a team that's not even ranked, and they just automatic, oh, yeah, we can go in there and beat their ass and let their guards down. And they just, boop.
I definitely think that's what happened. They came in there thinking, oh, man, we just going to put on our jerseys, our school colors, and we about to just go out there and go through the motions and win the game. But, Virginia Tech thought, different. They came out swinging. I feel like That's what happened with a lot of college teams too when they get ranked too high. And I know it's fun because E ain't on the show right now, so I can jab him with this one. For instance, whenever Michigan, the Wolverines are ranked high, they usually get shellacked. If it's not
Mm,
that first second game, once they start playing in our divisions, once they start playing the Iowas, the Wisconsins, and a team of that nature, that's when they start to show their vulnerabilities. And Harbaugh hasn't been really a good coach as well to me. Everybody's saying, oh, well, he didn't do enough or he's not doing to Michigan standards. Yeah, we are at a high standards. And I just felt like I think Brady Hoke did better than him. But, we ain't
but
going to talk
sometimes,
about
so, I think at the end of the day, sometimes a coach's ability don't always match the school that they're coaching at.
it. Agree. I definitely
You
can't
know what
agree
I'm
with
saying?
you.
Because it's not like he a new coach. This man has been coaching for years.
Yeah, I think he's stuck in his ways, to be honest with you.
That's what I'm
But
saying.
he did so well with, the other team. He had Stanford, man. He brought one of the best prospects, quarterback prospects, period, out, and Andrew Luck. And to see what he did with him, and I'm thinking, okay, well, he developed him. What can he do in developing players in Michigan? And I just didn't feel like he
Right,
did
because
enough.
you had to realize years ago, Stanford, I mean, let's keep it real. I mean, I'm old as shit. But years ago, Stanford and UCL was college football powerhouses.
Oh yeah,
You know what I'm saying? I mean, UCLA was like a school that there was a powerhouse in almost every goddamn sport you can name, from gymnastics to softball to volleyball to baseball. So I'm like, what the hell? What the hell came? I think they're one of the only schools that probably has a NCAA championship in every goddamn sport.
agree. You know what? UCLA still the powerhouse in gymnastics. I definitely been seeing that lately as well.
Right. So I
Speaking of
just think the match
UCLA,
didn't fit because I'm not gonna I would never diminish Harbaugh's ability to coach. I just think the fit is
yeah.
all wrong. I don't know if it's from the higher ups, if it's from him, or is it from the players. But there is a there's a spoke in that wheel that's missing, and I don't know what the hell it is.
I think he's too close to the organization too. That's probably one of the biggest problems there is. UCLA too. I'm glad you mentioned them because UCLA was one of the teams that I saw recently over this weekend who actually played well. They beat the number 16 ranked LSU Tigers. I didn't
Ooh.
expect that. Definitely the way UCLA came out swinging, and they pretty much handled them. Man, it was a final score of 27-38, and they look convincing. Man, I don't know when they'll eventually get ranked, but I definitely think that they should be in the top 25 now after that win. And it was just teams who I thought had played better didn't come out playing the way I thought they would. But that's
Right,
another.
right, right.
You can't
I
go
don't know.
out there.
Maybe I mean I don't know. So, sometimes, and a lot of people don't realize this in sports. Sometimes you can actually overcoach your player and in the show on game day, or overcoach your team.
Yeah, sometimes when you think too much, man, like you taking a test and you overthink it and you know the answers, but you overthink it, and then you mess around and get an F or mess up and have none of the questions right. Yeah, that's a definite it's not a
So
good strategy.
have the top 25 rankings changed for this week we're in now, or did it basically remain the same?
Oh, they definitely gonna change because another team that lost, the Washington Huskies, they lost to Montana. And I said,
Wow.
what the hell is going on? I know you ain't even heard of a Montana team. They
I didn't
definitely
even know
wasn't ranked.
Montana even had a college.
Yeah. And they won the game against number 20 Washington. So yeah, it was like a lot of upsets. But I definitely like that in any sport, but especially when it comes to college football and basketball. That's what makes it so interesting because you never know who's gonna come out and who's gonna win. It's just exciting to see. And it was just a really good Saturday, man. And I want to talk about what he definitely don't want to talk about, and that's why I think he dodging me on this show, the shellacking that Alabama gave to the Miami Hurricanes. He said, Hugh, they were going to lose, but only by 14. I don't think that they're going to beat them that bad. You're not giving Miami the credit they deserve. That's a good school and a good organization. I said, no, man, I got them by 30. I said Alabama by 30, and I was wrong. Alabama beat them by 31. I'm
Oh,
going to tell you
oh,
what they said, what the quarterback said before the game. You can't give them, especially Nick Saban, stuff to like ammo to get his team motivated. What this Joker said, De'Eric, he told them, De'Eric King, words out of his mouth, we're not just going to beat Alabama, we're going to beat Alabama badly. I'm just saying, the U is back. When we beat them in Atlanta, it's not even going to be close. And
wow.
so when they said that, that's when the score got ugly, man. The final score was 44-13. Now, I turned the game off in the third quarter when it was 41-3 with like 7 minutes left in the game. And at first, I should have just kept watching it because they wanted to send a message. And, you can't say stuff like that to Alabama. I'm not saying they're going to be great this year. I have high expectations for them because that's just who they are. Bama is Bama. But you never know. I still think that they got a lot of new developing and young players. But you can't get them stuff like that, man. You can't give them ammo and say stuff like that and think they're not gonna just beat a mud hole into you. They still the cream of the crop right now. You got to beat
Right.
them because they're the defending champions. So opening your mouth and doing that wasn't a really good idea, and I think that Miami should have did a better job, and they just should have kept their mouth shut. Maybe they wouldn't have whooped them so bad.
So who actually made that statement?
The quarterback of all people on
Oh wow.
and it wasn't like it was happening like that day. He said it like right before the game, like on that Friday when they kicked off that Saturday. So I was definitely waiting for 3:30. And when I seen it, it was like 27-3 at halftime. So they only scored 10 more points after the half. I loved it. I wish they would have beat them a little more. But at the same time, I just feel like Saban called the dogs off.
I wonder what kind of reprimand the quarterback got from the coaching staff for saying that.
Yeah, because you can't do that. A lot of times people do that and they love it. And the team would be like that'll make them more motivated. But that gave Alabama the motivation to go out there and whoop them like that too. Because I definitely predicted it was going to be a bad game for Miami, and he was like, "Well, you got to give them a little credit where credit's due, Hugh, because that is a good team." But yeah, like he said, they're a good team, but you can't give a sleeping giant like Alabama that type of ammo to work with because all they
Right.
did was expose all Miami weaknesses. They even didn't even put on that chain, the takeaway chain, because when they get interceptions or fumble recoveries and stuff, they'll put on the chain and pose on the sideline. I haven't seen that chain come out once.
But I mean, and who's to say that in the future, somebody won't spank Bama like that? That's the beast
You're
of
right.
college sports. Period.
Hmm. I know the truth, man. I know a lot of Michigan fans gonna hate me when I say this. Sometimes I gotta dig deep. But Appalachian State, man, I didn't even know a damn Appalachian State. And when they beat Michigan, man, that was the humble piece of pie we needed because we were always up here with it. And when we lost to a school that wasn't even ranked in the school I've never heard of, man, I was so embarrassed. So
Yeah,
we,
I mean, even me, I know about Appalachian State. I know about that. Good Lord, child. I mean, even though old gay me have heard of Appalachian State. I mean, because Appalachian State also was kind of like not the best, but they was kind of like popular in college volleyball. So it's not like Appalachian State is a powerhouse in any damn thing. Maybe something like golf or synchronized swimming or something like that. But but for them, okay, what's up, Ryan? But for them to oh child, that's mm-mm. Goes to show you, you coming in too goddamn confident after watching all of those tapes and movies or whatever, and the other team find out expose more of your damn weaknesses than you have exposed to theirs.
Yeah, that's what it was one of my favorite games the of the week of Saturday. The game of the week, of course, was the Clemson Georgia game. At
Oh
first, I felt
wow.
because it was defensive as hell. Would probably say, as a Spartan fan, the day UAM lost to Appalachian State, who lives in infamy. Yeah,
It
I
sure
definitely
will.
could say so.
But I
I know
don't
every.
think. But I mean, and I'm not a football guru or no shit like that. But it's been like all right, it's been like a minute since Michigan State have been like I don't know what the hell is on, but whatever that team.
Man, they have a strong ass
Hey
defense
who?
with
That
Mike
who?
D'Antoni, and they were like hell of a like one of the best teams, man. And I
Yeah,
think
seminary. It's from
what hurts Michigan
somebody.
all the
That's,
time is no matter how good or bad Michigan State is, they always go down to the wire, man. That's a team that always play with intensity, and once they see Michigan on their schedule, they always come and bulk up and play, man. I know everybody thought that that was like one of the funniest things that can ever happen, and that was one of the worst things that happened in Michigan history too. But I still feel like they're doing okay, but I think that okay is not good enough for when we had all these powerhouse teams in the past. I just don't feel like right now with Harbaugh, definitely if he don't shape up this year, that he'll be there and he will stay. Because yeah, they beat an unranked team in Western Michigan, but can they do that to the Ohio States? Yo, keep this. Remember the game when Colorado State beat you with the Hail Mary of Cordell Stewart and Michael Westbrook? Oh man, that give me nightmares, man. That was a hell of a game too, and I thought we took that game, and then to see that happen, I was a little embarrassed, man. But it wasn't Appalachian State embarrassing, man, because when you look at it, Cordell Stewart ended up being at Westbrook, ended up being household names in the NFL. You can't name one dude off that Appalachian State squad who making an impact in the NFL right now as we speak. Westbrook is my boy. I grew up with him and won tons of money from the Wolverine fan base. Hey, Pride, man, you know how to kick a person in the face when they down, man.
bro, I think I don't know Michigan. I mean, I don't know. It's been like years ago, Michigan used to be a powerhouse, even in softball. I haven't watched college softball in a minute.
Yeah, right.
I don't know where they rank, but I know for like 10, 15 years in a row, they was always ranked in the top five.
They still kind of decent in baseball, but I think where they took over at is hockey now. When you mention hockey, Michigan one of the top hockey teams.
Oh,
I
are
am,
they? Well, I'm glad
I
they're
am.
good in something cause I'm glad they're good in something because they ain't shit in football. I'm trying to tell you,
Man,
not at the moment. I mean, I have my I mean, I can't sit there and dog Michigan like that because it's not like the Maryland Terps are putting a goddamn fear in anybody's heart in the last 10 years. Shit.
But yeah, Pride Colorado was a hell of a team though, man. They came out with some good players too, man. My boy, man, don't get as much credit as he deserved too, man. Kansas City offensive coordinator Eric Bieniemy, man. When he was in school, man, he was one of the best running backs. Period, man. I'm surprised. Well, I don't think the younger kids know him, but Eric Bieniemy was like one. He's still one of the best running backs of all time to me. But
I don't know, Chad. I mean, I don't know. It's just like some colleges have continuous success. Then I mean, like with anything, when you have so many other teams, I mean, you may not always, I mean, some teams always, I don't know how they do it, but it's almost like every year, that a certain team that's always going to make the top 25.
oh yeah, because Ohio State was down for many years, and we used to make fun of Ohio State because they were where we were where they wanted to be. And now, man, it's like We eating that humble pie now, man. I think we done lost like 5 years in a row to them, maybe more than that. But no, they actually won the conference 5 years in a row.
Wow.
I think we got like a 8, 10 game winning losing streak on them, man. I just don't think that we can make it, when it comes to those boys right now. But it's just the recruits, and I just feel like, and that's one thing about what I was saying too. I do like the one thing about Michigan State, they do recruit a lot of people from Detroit and Michigan. You know, they recruit a lot of players from here versus Michigan, they recruit from all over, and they kind of forget some of those guys. I feel like some of them U of M guys are guys that was Michigan kids, and that's why they play and they go out there and they had that grit and grime, and they go out there and they battle because they look at it like this should have been my school. You rejected me. I'm feeling appreciated in Michigan State. I'm gonna give them my all, and I feel like that's why Michigan State always do well against us, man. But I feel like with Michigan, I like them right now, and I like some of the upside of that game. But we'll have to see what they do in the rest of the year when they play the Ohio States and the Iowas and the Wisconsins. But speaking of Wisconsin too, that was one of the games that I enjoyed watching. The game that they played, man. Unfortunately, they didn't win. They lost to Penn State, and I thought the 12th ranked team, Wisconsin, was going to do a little better than what they did. But then I had to give credit to Penn State for going on the road and getting that win, too. I didn't think they were going to pull it off, but it was a really good game. That was one of the games that sparked how good the college weekend was as well. But man, that Clemson game was probably one of the best ones I've seen in a while. ACC had a lot of trouble this week. I think they were 0-2 when they played some of these ranked teams too, because I like Georgia. I don't like them better than Bama because they're in SEC. But at the end of the day, I definitely like that game though, and for them to go out and to beat Clemson like they did, I like their new quarterback too in Clemson, DJ Uliandalele. Just didn't feel like that he got a chance to really pass. I know people like, how did I get that name off so smooth? But I feel like that kid, man, he's dangerous when you give him time. I just feel like that Georgia defense was too much and they couldn't handle it.
I think in the last 5 to 8 years, I think the ACC conference has really gone downhill.
They have. Remember the Florida States with like my man Charlie Ward and when the Bobby Bowden days, man, I used to love that team, man. And they had a good game as well. That's why I'm glad you brought that up. I was definitely about to slide me into the next team I was going to talk about because Florida State had a hell of a game against Notre Dame, man. They ended up getting the Bobby Bowden Stadium, and they came out to play, man. It was a really good game until like certain point, and I went to sleep on the game. And I feel bad even telling y'all this, supposedly being a sports guru, because they were down by 18. And when I woke up, they only lost by 3, and they made the game go into overtime. I think the Florida State going to be for real this year. Notre Dame, they always have their hits and miss, so you never know what.
Yeah,
But I definitely think Florida State to get more credit, definitely for losing that game than Notre Dame winning it.
yeah. I don't know. I think like I said, I think the ACC. I don't know what it is. I don't know if they're lacking in their recruiting abilities. I don't know what it is, but it's being to be honest with you, I don't even know why the fuck Maryland left the ACC. But anywho, I mean because when you leave these conferences, you gotta pay a lot of damn money.
You do.
You gotta pay the conference that you're leaving,
The
and
new
then you gotta pay
conference.
the other conference to get into it.
Yeah.
That's
And it's been a lot of switcheroos too. Was one thing that's been kind of weird to me too. Dan, I'm glad you said that because I was thinking like, damn, Texas is not in SEC or Oklahoma's not in the SEC. That don't even sound right.
right, right,
They 12, and I thought that was weird as hell. Like you're a Southern schools, the Southeast Conference is mostly the Southern schools, and to see
right,
that they
right.
were in a Big 12, I thought that was weird, man. I definitely it didn't connect with me. It makes more sense now that they'll eventually be in the SEC. But yeah, it was just weird. Like a lot of them schools, man, how they'll switch these conferences and stuff. And I thought that you just supposed to be in a division that you're supposed to be in, but some
And leave it like that. I mean, you're giving. I mean, keep in mind, University of Maryland has been in the ACC since probably since because I'm quite sure University of Maryland was in existence way before the AV came up with the damn ACC. But I mean, since the start of it. But I'm like, I just thought, I don't know, I just thought that wasn't a wise move because I mean, other than probably when you think of Maryland, other than men's basketball, women's basketball, and probably women's soccer and men's and women's lacrosse, you don't think about nothing else about Maryland. You very rarely think of Maryland football.
yeah, I agree. Yeah, I agree with you.
I can't remember the last time Maryland went to a damn bowl unless it was a bowl of cereal.
Yeah, you definitely got a point there. I definitely don't remember myself, but I still feel like they're in the Big Ten now. I
Yeah,
believe too.
which I think, but as far as their football is concerned, I think that was the dumbest damn move they made. I mean, it may enhance their basketball, but I'm not even gonna say that because ACC have a hell of a basketball conference. Period.
Yeah,
I'm
not
sorry.
definitely for the basketball. I can agree with you on that.
I don't. So I'm trying to figure out. Um, I don't know. I don't know the logistics about it. I don't know what would make any school move from one conference to another conference. And maybe that's something I'm gonna have to do research on.
Yeah, because I want to know what's up with that. Like, what is the grounds of that too? Because when they move, I understand. Like, when Boise State moved, they moved to the Mountain West because they wanted to get more competition and they wanted to get to the point where they be seen and noticed more and get more TV time and to be able to play in some of these bowl games. So I understand when they made that move when they went to the Mountain West. But some of the other schools, man, I just don't understand some of the moves. It just don't make any sense to me.
And then another thing on top of that, which don't make sense. Then you're gonna move to a conference where most of your in conference games ain't nowhere near fucking Maryland.
None. None.
At least in the ACC, you was going to NC State, you was going to Georgia, you was going to North Carolina. I mean, everything that's like boom, boom, boom. But now, bitch, you going to playing Colorado and Wisconsin and this. I'm like, y'all as a team, y'all must be fucking up some frequent mile flights.
I definitely want to get to the bottom of seeing how they move and what's the grounds of them not only transferring schools but transferring conferences. I definitely got to do my research on that.
Yeah, I mean I think that would be a hell of a topic because I'm like, yo, I mean, y'all have been in this division for 99 years. And y'all left. I mean, I don't know if it's like I said, I don't know if it's a money thing. I don't know what the fuck it is. Y'all got to let me turn my phone down. People try to get in touch with me all hours of the night. You would think I was a damn escort or something. Okay. Now let me stop. Don't y'all take that the wrong way. I'm nobody's damn escort here because you know how y'all people get up on here and be saying the wrong shit. My child told me the other day that I need to be very careful what I say over the air. I said, well, shit, you should have told me that when I first started. This mouth is colorful. But what we're going to do is we're going to take a commercial break because I know he said he only wanted to be on here for 45 minutes to an hour. So we want to give him time to calibrate his thoughts. And where are we going when we come back from this commercial break?
I'm gonna get into some of the NFL. I'm not gonna talk about the games yet. I'll talk about the recap after this weekend. But I'm gonna just talk about some of the things that went on around the league before the physical year, and we'll get into that.
All right, we'll be right back after this commercial. I don't know what this whining is, but guess what? You can rest assured one thing: it ain't no man because I'm here by myself. Oh, all right, we're gonna take this commercial break and we're gonna get back into some NFL remixes, recaps, and all that other good shit. Hey, bitches.
And now, once again, from the iconic city of Baltimore, we bring you season 2 of Helena Hologram. Hey, bitches, let's talk about it. The views and or opinions expressed here on Game Time Audible is that of the host and or guests, and does not necessarily reflect those of the Nighthawk Network or its affiliates. Viewer and listening discretion is advised.
And y'all really don't ever have to worry about viewer discretion advised during these during game time audible because usually I'm not here. But we had to make sure we played that because bitch, I'm here tonight and my mouth, as my children say, is very colorful. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna step the fuck to the side like this, boop, and let he do what the fuck he do and do it well, okay?
All right. Now that we back to Game Time Audible, I want to talk about some of the things that was going around the NFL world. First off, congratulations to Le'Veon Bell for getting a 1-year contract with the Baltimore Ravens. Unfortunately, somebody had to get hurt for him to fill that role, and J.K. Dobbins had the injury that where it gave Le'Veon Bell the opportunity to play with the Ravens. He's not quite there yet. He's on the practice squad. So hopefully he'll be able to get his chance to shine. I want to know some of y'all thoughts and opinions on that because I feel like he could still help a team out. I just feel like in Kansas City, it wasn't really a great fit. He wasn't really their bell cow. And he said a few choice words when he got out of there, and I don't think a lot of players was happy. I think Tyrann Mathieu had some words back to say to him when he was saying some of the comments like, if I had to go back to Kansas City and play under, Andy Reid, I would retire because he just felt like he didn't utilize me right. But at the same time, I look at it like, well, as much as I love Le'Veon Bell, when you go to a team, you just got to try to do your best to fit in, man. I think that he was close to winning the Super Bowl, still could have had an opportunity, but I mean, maybe hopefully the Ravens can give you better fortunes. And another thing that I like to talk about too with the NFL, and if you want, Derek, man, you could chime in on this one because this is something that we talk about a lot lately, man, in sports and just the world in general. We have to play it safe when we're out here, man, and we got to just be careful with what we do, man. We still got to mask up. If people don't want to take the vaccine, just keep a mask on, stay your distance, and, don't be out here doing too much partying. And I mean, even the people who did get vaccinated, it's really to the point where we just got to be careful and we got to watch what we do on a regular basis, man, because it's serious. It's here and I think it's going to be here for a while. So by COVID being here, I'm about to get into the next topic in the NFL. The NFLPA and the NFL basically got together and they want the players now to get vaccinated. and they want all of them vaccinated. But the ones who are vaccinated and fully vaccinated to play, not only now did they boost up the days because they were giving them 14 days before they got the COVID test. Now they're trying to do it daily. I don't think a lot of people are happy with it, and I think a lot of the players are against it. The problem being right now, they feel like the players on the outside, not the athletes, but the reporters and the people who are on the outside are the ones who are bringing the COVID virus to the locker rooms. So now they basically trying to get into that, and they're saying, man, we're about to just make sure we get random tests daily to make sure that everyone's vaccinated and make sure that nobody has COVID, and so we can spread it and just try to nip it every day and make sure that we're watching. Uh, hey, what's going on, man? You good, V? Coach V, much love, man. Appreciate you for always showing us love on the show, man. Hopefully, you could join us soon. Yeah, that's a huge topic right now, just with people being vaccinated, man. It's like people in the organizations are quitting, from vice presidents and owners, and they just looking at it like, well, man, I don't feel like I want to get vaccinated, or I don't feel like we should make the players get vaccinated. They should have a choice. I think right now, if it's safe for you to take the vaccination or get vaccinated and to be in sports, then that's what you have to do. I mean, it's your job. I don't know how I'd react if I had to make a choice like that or whatnot, but I feel like if you're playing a professional sport and you want to get paid, you got to do what you got to do, or just be careful for the people who are non-vaccinated. But yeah, they're starting to buckle down now, and I feel like that's the best thing for them. And I think that that'll make the sport be safe and make everyone move on. And I know that's something that's huge right now in the world. And I want your opinion on that right now. That they used to give 14-day vaccinations. Now they like, man, we want to test them randomly every day to make sure that we're being safe and everybody around the organization being safe.
That's a bit much.
Yeah, because everybody ain't gonna fall for that.
But I mean, if they do it to the point that it's mandatory, it's not much you can do.
Yeah, because I know with some teams out there that's fully vaccinated, and you still can catch it. It ain't like you once you get vaccinated, you can't you can stop it. It won't be as bad for the people who didn't get vaccinated, but still, it's still a chance that you could get it. Did y'all see former NBA star Cedric Sabalas is fighting for his life right now with COVID? Yeah, I did, man. That was scary too, man. Because he had it for how long now, Pride? I think he said he had it for 10 days, man. And yeah, it is really it's scary. Oh, the Coach B said he wanted to join us right quick.
All right, well, let me work that out.
Okay. Definitely like to see you on the show, my brother. About 2 weeks, I believe, and he is in ICU. See, that's scary, man. But then and again, too, I've heard just so many things about it too, that even if you got vaccinated twice, you can still get it. And not only that, a lot of the people who've been vaccinated fully are in ICU, man. So we don't really know still what we dealing with, man. So you could get the booster shots and whatnot, and it's a chance you can still get it. So yeah, I'd rather, it's like damn if you do, damn if you don't in this case. But I wouldn't want to flip or make any decisions for anybody. I just feel like whatever you want to do is your God given choice. I have another thing to discuss too. Just recently happened with the New Orleans Saints. They had an issue where they got rid of Latavius Murray for a simple technicality. Well, I can't say it was a technicality. He didn't want to take a pay cut, I guess, to help the team make some more moves. A lot of the guys in the league was taking pay cuts and trying to get a little wiggle room to get players and kind of squeeze people in to help them better their teams. And he just didn't want to take that pay cut. And the Saints got rid of him. And I still think they got the person who they were looking for, which is Bradley Roby, the cornerback that played with, I think, the Texans last year.
Okay.
How would you feel if you were at a job, D, and they said, when you just got $60 million, and they like, hey, can you give us 8 million of that money back? Because right now we feel like the best thing is for us to try to make a little room because we're trying to get more players, and your contract is compromising what we're trying to do for our success. How would you feel about that?
What you gotta do with your money ain't got nothing to do with mine. I'm sorry, you gonna have to find your $8 million some other way because it's not. Yeah, we got a contract, shorty.
Yep, you should have never paid me that. And that's what I don't like about the NFL because it's just a what have you done for me lately league, man. The contracts are not guaranteed. The guys could care less about, what you did. You could be a Super Bowl champion and win a team a Super Bowl. But if they feel like they want to do more and they feel like the Jura contract is expandable, they'll either try to make you take a pay cut. If not, they will get rid of your contract altogether. Because most of the guys' contracts not even guaranteed after like a year or two. It could be void after 2 years. The majority of the contracts are.
I sent him, I sent him an invite to his Facebook inbox. That's the only way I can invite somebody in. So he has to accept it, and then if he accepts it, then he'll be popping up down there. I mean, but football has become so to the point where people contracts are not even. I mean, I'm sorry. If I was that, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. If you need $8 million, I would advise you to get it some other way because this is a part of my contract. I'm not. No, we're not doing all that. And that's a lot of damn money you trying to take from me.
There are more. There are tons of ways that the NFL teams to hide their money when it comes to paying someone they really want. So I wouldn't give that back. I wouldn't give back one dime. Cut me and I will move on. The only thing guaranteed in their contracts is the signing bonuses. Yeah, that's why I think just recently when the NBA players was getting their money just recently, prior Tom Brady got pissed and he told them, "Hey man, we got to stay woke, man. You see what these guys are making, and to compare it to what we're making, we need to do better. Better pay that luxury tax, Mister Billionaire owner." Yeah, because and that's what I don't understand too. The NFL is the most richest sport, man. It brings in so much money and revenues, man, and they're quick to not pay the players, man. And basketball is still one of the better sports, but I still feel like football does better on the mainstream level. But I feel like when they did their strike a
Yeah,
while,
and and, and I think football have a whole lot more high profile sponsors and investors.
yeah, I think they look at it like y'all don't even play that many games to be making that type of money. You
And
know,
that's
that's
what
it.
it is. Because you look at basketball, and you like they play X amount of games per
Yeah, you're right.
season, and compared to football, which is what about 16 to 18 games, these people in
Hmm.
NBA play how many games a year?
Yeah, because basketball like 90 games, and
Right.
baseball in the 62. So yeah, in that case, man, they look at it like that's why they're getting that money, and I feel like that's the thing too. Football is more risky though, because it's like
Yeah.
every time those guys hitting each other and ramming their heads up against each other and hitting each other's pass, man, they say that's just constantly like cars crashing into each other. And a lot of them, man, have issues with, their health afterwards. And speaking of that, would you get rid of the best player if they said no to getting the vaccine? I don't know. That's kind of
Well, I'm
hard.
gonna tell you like this: if I was the coach and the higher up said, plain and simple, the people who give me my money and pay me my damn check every month, every 2 months, or whatever the case may be, and they say nobody can be on this team unless they're vaccinated, your ass is gone.
Hmm.
I'm not going to deal with the higher ups because they're the ones who pay me. So I'm like, all that extra stuff ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm doing my job. I don't come to McDonald's and tell you how to flip your burgers. So you don't come to my coaching room and tell me who the hell I can keep and who I can't keep. You ain't paying me that much damn money, okay? But anyway, I'm not a sports guru, so I just say shit off the side. That's why I told y'all on this show tonight you have to pay very close attention. The views and opinions of this show does not necessarily. Okay, I'm gonna black my ass out of here. Okay.
Oh no, you had a right to your opinions. Definitely appreciate your opinions too. What's good, Coach V?
What's good, Big U? What's happening, brother?
Oh man, I'm good, man. Definitely glad to hear from you, Coach, man.
Yeah, glad to be here, man.
How do you feel about the Lions' chances coming up this Sunday, man, against the 49ers?
I feel they have a good chance of beating San Francisco. It's gonna be a tight game. You know what
I
I'm
think
saying?
people
But
are
I,
give credit
to
to
me, I
Detroit
think
too.
Detroit is gonna come on the winning end of this. They're gonna come
I
on
would
the winning.
see that. We got a good coaching staff too, man, and that's where it all started. I just feel like they didn't show everything in preseason. That's what was pissing me off because people were saying how bad they played in the preseason. But I look at it too, and I'm like, man, most of those plays are vanilla plays. They just throw out and sprinkle some plays. Some of the plays they ain't gonna probably use in the season. They just put out what they
Right.
could and see how the guys work out with it too, man. And I think that we could definitely have a chance, man. We got a lot of low key good players on that team, man. For the ones we kept with the Matt Patricia era and the ones that we got now, we had the one thing that kind of concerned me was the wide receiving core, man. I like Tyrell Williams. You know, when he played with the Chargers, he was injury prone with the Raiders, but if he can give us a little bit of that productivity he had with the Chargers, I think we'll be all right, man. Because
I
the
feel,
young
I feel that they should have got rid of Perriman. I don't understand the reason behind that. Why they got rid of him, because he was a deep threat. He could go across, you know what I'm saying? But they saw something else. It didn't fit their system. You know what I'm saying? But overall, man, from what I've seen the three preseason games, Detroit has become a fighter now. They just don't lay down and get beat. They fight to the very end, and I like that.
Yeah, because under Matt Patricia, the pencil, man, we gave up too many big leads, man. And I just feel like this is a more scrappier team, man. One thing that I liked, what I heard just recently too, is my boy coming back to play. DeAndre Swift, man. I thought that he was going to be banged up and not play week one, but they said he definitely a go for the week one game.
Yeah, but even if he don't play, they still got a couple of backs that can run that backfield. You know what I'm saying? They not really hurt. You know.
People,
They not really
Jamal Williams. That was a good
hurt. Yeah,
pickup we got.
yeah, yeah, exactly. And I think Jared Goff is gonna fit in perfectly. I do hate that they got rid of Stafford. Hey, it is what it is. But I think uh, Jared Goff gonna fit in real good, man. I'm
He is
just
scrappy,
excited.
man.
I'm just excited for NFL to come. College is here. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, uh, is good right now because Ronnie
Oh
Hill
yeah, they
gone,
look good. They
huh?
look good in the first game.
Hey,
Michigan looked good that first game. I hope they can make that continue.
yeah, they playing top 25 team, Washington. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying? So we gonna see.
Ah,
We
that's
gonna
funny.
see.
Oh, they're gonna lose. They're gonna lose anyway. Next,
You just a hater. You just a
I
hater.
know.
Okay,
That's all
Martin's
you
gonna
is. You a
win.
hater. We talking about them Dallas Cowboys, then you be all up in the uproar.
Ain't no help for them. Ain't even worrying about all that. But I still like them.
They play tomorrow too. They got to play the
Yeah, they play
defending
Tampa
Super
Bay.
Bowl.
Yeah, they play Tampa Bay tomorrow.
Oh
Yeah,
well, I'll be
that's
there
the
to watch
kickoff.
the cheerleaders. Okay.
They're crazy. Hey, but
Pride
look,
said,
I wanna touch on something, man.
Mm.
"Hey
If it's
man,
okay. If
you,
it's
you,
okay.
you see that?
Now,
Pride wrong, man. Pride over here giving me the business today. He said the last time Detroit went 4-0 was a preseason. You see what happened after that? They went 0-16 the regular season.
Ooh, that's
Yeah.
so
right.
sad. That's so sad.
But
I
to
don't
me,
think
to me, preseason is for them rookies to show for them to make the team, man. It ain't
Pride,
about the
pride. Let me tell you this: you are very welcome to your opinion. Praise the Lord. But what you will not do is ever in your life try to call me terrible. I'm not terrible. I can be,
very
but anyway, I'm sorry, Coach. Go ahead. I had to acknowledge that because I ain't want nobody to think I was no chump up on this air. You know what I'm saying, Shorty? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Pride try to sneak that in.
Right.
I, I wanna, if it's possible, jump on the high school thing.
Yeah, I
Uh,
definitely want to know about high school, man.
um, I'm coaching at a school called ATEP's Arts and Technology Academy of Pontiac. It's a small school. We only have well, we had 20, but one of them got their arm broke our first game against Mount Clemens. Um, good little young men, man, but they just got to get the football aspect in them mentally. You know what I mean? It's
Oh,
different from the
absolutely.
physical part. They got to get it mental. And once they get it in mental, then they're gonna be all right. We got a game this Saturday at 6:30 against Michigan Collegiate High School, and they just beat Bishop Foley.
Hmm.
They just beat Foley. It's gonna be a tough task, man. You know, um, it's gonna be a tough task.
But you have, and I'm not saying this in a derogatory sense, so y'all understand where I'm coming from. But you have like a virgin team in every sense of the word.
Yeah, very,
Okay, so
very,
I mean,
very.
your plight is a little different than some of the other coaches who had players for years and years and years.
Players I've had, yeah, it is. These young men never played football before, maybe one or two. So
Hmm.
by them, the coaching staff teach them what they know, and they getting it. But now is trying to get them to put it on the field. Now, it's a different change when you practice amongst each other. But once you get in front of somebody else and you got lights and all that, it's a different ball game. And got a pretty good bunch of young kids, man. But we just got to get their character and having them get that effort in playing. You know, last week we got beat 60-6,
Ooh, well, all right.
Clemens. Uh, some way I feel I'm not being used like I should be because of my knowledge of the game and also me being a student of the game as well. Um, I've coached it on many levels. You know what I'm saying? And it's like if I say something, I get shunned out for it. You know what I mean?
Oh wow.
and the shit frustrates me, man. But but for the most part, we have a good coaching staff. We just got to gel together.
Yeah,
That's all. Get
one
to know.
one thing I've learned in coaching and on different levels. A lot of people don't want to, but sometimes when you bring in somebody with knowledge, people don't want to acknowledge the elephant in the room. But when you bring in somebody to a space with not with all coming already with knowledge, then that little thing called jealousy seeps in. So some people
Yeah,
don't want the new some people don't want the new kid on the block to fucking outshine them. Plain and simple. It don't take no rocket
but
scientist to figure some shit out.
I understand that part, but that's not my forte. I'm only here to help build the program. I'm only
Pretty
here
much.
to make young men good football players and good men off the field.
All
That's
right.
my only. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Football is just a tool. You know
all
what I'm
right.
saying?
Well, I'm gonna leave y'all gentlemen here. I'm gonna step out for a minute. I'm gonna go freshen up my Mountain Dew.
And that's
All
what I
right.
like what you're saying, Coach B, man, because you just not in it for the game. You in it to develop and groom players, man, not just to be good players, but men on and off the field.
Right. And it is it like today I got real frustrated. So I just walked away. You know what I'm saying? A couple coaches was like, Coach, you all right? I'm like, I'm good. But they knew I something was right. It's if I tell a player something, don't go call that player over and tell him, no, you need to do it this way. But then when you have him do it that way, it becomes the wrong way. When I do it like this, blah, 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 you blow it up. You know what I'm saying? And as coaches, we are here to teach the game. I mean, we come from different backgrounds, different philosophies, and all that, but it all comes down to the same thing:
Yeah.
football. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm about, man. So
Because
I
that's
just,
the
like I
key.
said, like I'm not getting used the way it should. You know, uh, and that's just fair to say, man. And I let it be known today. I did. I let it be
I
known.
understand your frustration. That's not right, man. You trying to tell them one thing and they tell them another, man. That confused the player, man, and it just makes
Exactly.
them like not know what to do or who to listen to. Definitely when you have that type of when you don't have the chemistry.
Right. Exactly. But we coming along, man, as a group, and what we have, you know, I I feel that we can beat Michigan Collegiate. I feel we can beat Chandler Park High School. That's our
Mhm.
following game. I feel we can beat them too and make a run. I mean, literally make a run. You know what I'm saying? But again, it's the young men got to go on the field and make plays, execute, and put the effort out there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That that loss we took wasn't no effort. None whatsoever. None. None, man.
After
So
losing like that too, that'll make you want to go right back out there and get back on the football field to prove them wrong that you're better than what the actual work you put out there the last game.
hmm who was that?
My man's pride. He said serious questions regarding coaches actually caring about players. Do you think there could possibly be such an emphasis on winning today, particularly in college football? The players aren't being developed properly. Not in every situation, but players like Denard Robinson not being taught to truly play the quarterback position and just used to run the ball, or Tebow, who never learned to throw the football properly and got punished out of the league early. back in the day, this would never have happened.
No, it wouldn't have. It wouldn't have. And that's a great point that my man said. You know, you get these players that don't know how to play, don't know the positions. That's when the teaching part comes in. You have to teach these young men this how to throw, how to run, how to block, how to tackle. You know what I'm saying? Because it's an art to all that stuff. You just can't go out and do it because you'll mess around and hurt yourself or hurt someone. You know what I'm saying? It's an art to it. You know what I'm saying? And it, that's why I take, even when I coach grown men and they already knew the game, I had to take what they had, break some of that down, and put something else in it where they're gonna say, "Oh, coach, I didn't know that." You know what I'm saying? But all along they still doing the same thing, but in a different way.
Right.
That makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Because most times when they don't understand, like I didn't understand my potential at first when I was playing until it got to the point where I got forced to play because I was normally just a second string linebacker and I was with the fullbacks too. And that's what the coach is like, man, we about to mix it up, man. You know, I want the first string defense over here and the second string offense over here on this side of the ball. And you know, they put us in that position, and you know, we wasn't knowing what to expect. But man, we seen a lot of potential on the opposite side of the ball. You know, and that definitely let me know I could be a better running back than what I was. You know, I wasn't really getting the reps as the starting running back, but then at the same time, I learned the game just from seeing how he played and how he prepared, and you know, just the characteristics of it. You know, and some of the plays just from the formations they was doing. And a lot of times, man, it's cool to get that development or get that teaching, but when it came to Tebow and Denard Robinson, man, a lot of those guys, man, when they came to the pros, I don't think that they got the love that they needed from like a quarterback coach or somebody who actually groomed them to be the quarterbacks in the league, man. And they was lost on an island. I think the best remedy for that is like someone like a Lamar Jackson, man. They wanted to force him to be a running back, and he was like, "No, man, I'm not a running back. I'm a quarterback." And he worked on
Right,
his skills.
right.
He
And
not
you
the
know,
best, but he
and it goes to another guy. I think he played at Nebraska. Was it Tim Frost that played at Nebraska? And when he got into the league, they wanted to make him a slot. He was like, "No, man, I'm a
good.
quarterback. I'm a quarter." Remember that? You remember him,
Oh
Scott
yeah, you
Frost?
know, and they blackballed them man, for that. It's like when you speak up against what they want you to do, and you want to do like play on the position you known for. Man, it seemed like a lot of times, man, you get stuck on that island. But it was so sad to see like a Denard Robinson who said, "Okay, I'll play running back. I'll do what y'all want me to do," and he still didn't get the opportunity.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And oh man, and Denard Robinson, I think he was one of the purest quarterbacks that came out of Michigan because he was a threat. You
Mm-hmm.
know, he could throw when he wasn't that accurate, but when he needed to throw, he threw it. He got the ball there. You know, he didn't have that many. He didn't have over 10 interceptions. You know, he made his mistakes and whatever, but to me, he was the all around quarterback, man. Then when he went to Jacksonville, you know, they wanted to make him a slot.
I
You
think that's
know,
a anyway, just when he went to Jacksonville, because you know they had because you know he struggled there, and then what was my man's Blake Bortles, man, he was a decent quarterback when he was in college, man, and he came there, man, and it was like he wasn't getting the love he deserved. They put the pieces around him for a minute, and then
yeah,
they just gave up on him, and then once they gave up on him, they split that whole team up, man. They had a chance to do something special
yeah,
too.
yeah. Got a question.
My point exactly, Guru. Uh, They were freak athletes and were able to shine in college, but never got attention they needed to play in the pros. Yeah, and that's the sad part because a lot of those guys have the potential and just don't get the respect they deserve. I literally laid money betting Wolverine fans that he would make it to the NFL, but that he would not play quarterback, and I was right. Yeah, that's on point, man. Because and it's sad too because a lot of the guys, the black athletes too, who are dual threats, man, they tried to stop them from doing that. They didn't want to see that. They
Right.
wanted to be more of a traditional quarterback.
But see, that traditional quarterback is not it no more.
No,
It's not it. It's not. You don't have the Joe Montanas and Steve Young and Troy Aikman and all them sitting back in the pocket like that. You don't have that. You have them sit. Next thing you know, if it ain't nothing there, they gone. You
because
know what I'm
Brady
saying?
the one who still in the league like that. His time is ticking, man. But yeah, because you're right. Because Aaron Rodgers, he a hell of a pocket passer, but he good at running too. A lot of people don't give him credit for how sneaky he is and how good he is at running the football too, man. But a lot of the guys now are dual threats, like your Lamar Jacksons, your Patrick Mahomes,
Yep.
your Russell Wilson's, for instance, man, and Colin Kaepernick was one of the guys who solidified that, man, and still don't get credit for it to this day.
To this day, you're right. I was talking to a cat today. We was talking about Cam Newton.
Mm-hmm.
I think to me, Cam Newton got blackballed. They knew when they drafted Mark Jones,
Mm-hmm.
they were just going to use Cam for a moment and then throw him out in the wolves, and that's just what they did.
Yeah, I was surprised too, man, that they did that, man. Because Cam basically had a few words to say on the internet. He said he had some stuff to get off his chest, and he still feel like he got a lot left in the tank. I felt like a lot of him being blackballed too was he was already on the tightrope. I think when they gave him that contract, but what pissed me off, though, Coach B, was the fact they're saying that the reason why he is not on the roster anymore was because he got beat out from the job. I think what
Right.
happened was when he left to go to another facility and didn't do the player protocol that he's supposed to, which
Uh-huh.
was stay in the facility and stay close by the scene. And when he
Right.
left elsewhere, he got he was out. And what happened, the organization was pissed off with him. And when that happened, I was like, yeah, he on his way out the door. Rodgers got a
Yeah.
lot of Steve Young in him. Yeah, he do.
Yeah.
Rodgers is like becoming Steve Young, if you ask me, just a little more accurate.
Yeah. And somewhere somebody gonna pick Cam Newton up. Somebody gonna get it. As a backup quarterback, somebody's going to get it.
He played good in the preseason too, man. I definitely was
Hey,
hearing
damn good.
a lot of news
Played
from the
damn good.
Cowboys. They said them Cowboys was looking at him at first, and that's what I thought. But then they came out and said that they wasn't interested and they was happy with what they have. But around this time of year too, like especially week 1, week 2, we're gonna see unfortunately one of the players get hurt, man, at the quarterback position. And Cam will be ready, man. I just felt like he didn't get a fair share, man. When, like you said, when they got Mac Jones, they figured, man, let's try to teach him some of the playbook. And I think he learned the playbook pretty well. But then, they try to manipulate stuff, man. I've looked and I read things too, Coach B, man. They're basically trying to say Cam didn't know the playbook as good as Mac Jones did. And I'm like, nah, I can't believe that. I can't
No, I
believe
can't.
that. That's just some, smoke and mirrors.
Yeah, because Cam is one of them type of quarterbacks. He's going to study the playbook in and out. He's going to study the playbook. He's going to study it.
And that's
Because
all
he
he's
was like that at Westlake. He was like that at Westlake. When he played at Westlake High School, he was like that, man. So I just feel he got blackballed. That young man, not taking nothing away from him. He got in there. He did his thing. He did his thing.
It definitely didn't help. He one of Chris Saban boys, man, coming out of Alabama, and you know how tight Belichick and Saban is. But I definitely can say the same thing, man. A lot of people looked at it like they did him wrong, and I definitely would have to agree because I feel like if you didn't want him on your team or if he wasn't that good, why would you continue to give him praises and say that he's our quarterback? And then once it get
Right,
down to that little incident, you just toss him to the side like he didn't exist.
right, right.
Pryor said, I don't agree with Cam being treated that way, but the NFL doesn't like their players and especially quarterbacks to bring unnecessary attention to themselves. And Cam is a walking attraction. Plus, I don't think that they want him on their bench because of the amount of attention Cam will get. Yeah, because him beating out Cam, man, and Cam being the actual backup quarterback will probably have more respect from the players than the Mac Jones did too, being their starting quarterback, and that definitely would have probably caused some friction. That's what I think is more or less boiled down to when they announced that Mac Jones was the actual guy and he was going to be the dude who had the keys to the franchise. That would cause a
Right,
lot of distractions if Cam stayed because Cam was more of a leader.
right, right.
But I didn't understand that too, Coach B. He did everything that Bill Belichick asked him. He loved it in New England. He did everything the Patriots way. The little
Mm-hmm.
issue with the whole protocol, and I don't care what Coach Belichick say. That was the reason why I felt like he threw him to the curb, man. He just needed an excuse to get him out of there and oust him.
Is Dominic Sue still with Tampa Bay?
Who who Dominic Easley?
No, Dominic Sue.
Oh, Dominic Kasuga. Yeah. Actually, he got back off of the COVID list, and yeah, he ready to play tomorrow. Yeah, they signed him
Oh,
to a 1 year deal. At first, I thought that he wasn't gonna stick around at first, but yeah, they still got him on the team. They signed all 22 guys back, all 22 starters, man, and a lot of people say that was something that never happened before, and they made history with doing that. And they just was like, man, we want to give it one more go. And I really thought that was pretty cool to see that all those guys went back. And big ups to Mike Evans too, man, because when money got a little hard for the team, because I know Tom took a pay cut to get a lot of the guys back, but then the same thing with Mike Evans, man. He said, let me get some wiggle room for y'all too. If you want all the guys to stay, man, I'll give them some of my money. I'll take a pay cut to bring the whole team back together. And I thought that was really a class act,
yeah.
man. And a lot of people
Oh, yeah.
say,
And that lets you know what type of team the Buccaneers are. They're about winning. You know what I'm saying? And it
mm,
goes back to the 96 with that 96 Bulls when they was
uh-huh,
talking about breaking them up, and they
yeah,
was like, "No, we gotta have this last run here." And I think during that time, Pippen he wanted to get his contract. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying? But they stuck together, and boom, what happened? They three-peat. You
three-peated,
know what I'm
man.
saying?
First time in history.
Yeah, yeah. So I think Tampa Bay will come out of the game.
I
Everything got to go through Tampa Bay,
do.
regardless.
Because I
You
think
know.
right now they're the epitome of the NFC, and Kansas City gonna still be Kansas City in the AFC, man. And they bulked up their line to try to get better, to try to get back, man. Oh, would you say, Pride? He didn't get vaccinated. He left tweets, possibly questioned the team. He would cost much more money if they decided to keep him long term. And when he missed those 5 games, they claimed Mac Jones blossomed. Cam did very little to help himself keep that job. To me, yeah, man. Them 5 games definitely hurt him. Though the 5 days he been out, man, because that gave him more reps. That gave him to the point to where he got more polished. He understand the offense more, and I think that I seen a little article today where they said him and his girlfriend was practicing some of the plays and learning the playbook too. And I was surprised too that you say that, Pride, because I didn't know that Cam wasn't vaccinated. And then you follow his page, so you're hearing this.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
Him questioning the team. So yeah, man, some things you just got to keep quiet, man.
Yeah,
But I think everybody
because
have a right to their opinion. It was just when he made his opinion and that happened, man, that that was just an unfortunate event. But yeah, I definitely thought that he got wrongly treated on that note. I definitely agree. But man, I didn't know he wasn't vaccinated though, Pride. That was good. That was new to me.
yeah, I'm trying to find you. I just got lost, man.
Cause B, how you feel about that, man? I didn't know he didn't get vaccinated, and not only that, he was questioning the team about it.
Is he still there, Coach?
It seemed like he froze up.
Lord, he done froze up.
But
Let me
Pride, I
try that.
appreciate you dropping a lot of the stuff on here too, man, helping out, man, because that definitely make the show go round. I was gonna probably cut it in an hour, but man, I see the show must go on. Plus, Cam caught COVID last year and missed 2 games and still not vaccinated. Yeah, that
Oh
definitely
yeah,
don't.
Chad. His ass will be on the sideline. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Mm-mm.
hmm
Mm-mm.
Because yeah, man, he pushing it from saying what he said and then not being vaccinated too, man. That hurt them too because at first, Pride, I know you remember when he came out swinging, and we was like, damn, Cam might be back to his MVP form, and to not play those 2 games, and when he came back, he wasn't even the same player, man. I don't know what happened, but he acted like he couldn't even throw the ball then. He was tweeting about the loyalty when questions came about um, who was starting, and when asked about, he claimed that he was talking about something personal and deleted it. Yeah, I remember that. I definitely remember that. You read about that, Pride. He definitely had some stuff to say, and he was questioning the loyalty because they definitely should have never came out at first too, Pride, to say Cam is our guy, Cam is a starting quarterback. But then I've been hearing the camp too. He started the ground on Cam, man, and I don't know how true it is when they were saying that he was teaching Cam the playbook. I think that's kind of hearsay. But yeah, I definitely remember that tweet, man.
I'm
So
trying.
him hearing
Hello.
that definitely didn't help his case. Hey, what's up, Coach B?
Yeah,
Can you hear me?
I feel like the NFL is going to bring another big bang. It's going to be a lot faster than it was last year. I don't know. I just feel like it's going to be something different on all NFL teams now. Because each and every last one of them have opportunity to compete. You know what I mean? And that's just my opinion. It's gonna be some really, really good games. I think Cleveland. I hate to say this, but I think Cleveland is gonna come out the AFC.
Yeah, man. They was a few plays of going into the next round to play Buffalo at one point, man. It was just a couple of mental errors that they made, and I don't think he was giving me credit. We was talking on the last show of how good Cleveland is, man. He was saying that he thinks the Steelers are still ahead of them and the Ravens will win the division. And I don't take nothing from them, man, but I just think that young team, man, they playing under Baker
Yeah,
Mayfield, and they just look more polished, man. They got the defense to win right now, and they got a
yeah,
potent offense in Cleveland.
yeah, yeah. I don't like Cleveland, but I think they got a good chance to come out the AFC. They got a damn good chance.
I wouldn't even be surprised, man, because they got a lot of talent on there.
They have a lot of talent over there, man. And my thing on that is how will the coaching staff push that team to take them to that level. You know,
Yeah,
the
and
coach
it's
is
the
trying to
fans,
take
a
them
hell
to
of
that
a
level.
coach too, man. And that's one thing I
Yeah,
like
you know
seeing is
what? Excuse me for cutting y'all off, but you know it's not that often that I that I be on the show with you, football gurus. So I'm kind of sitting back, just minding my damn business and trying not to say too much. But you know,
Say something, Neil. Say something.
because my knowledge is not about football. I'm trying to tell you, it can't be about football. I love the damn Dallas Cowboys. What the? Come on, let's.
Talk about them cowgirls. Go ahead.
They and until they give until Jerry Jones hire himself a serious goddamn general manager, the Cowboys gonna be shit forever.
Yeah, and I
I'm gonna
think
tell you
he
something. Hey Hugh.
players too. Uh-huh.
Hey Hugh. They not
Yeah.
letting on the extent of Prescott injury. They're not
Yeah,
letting
because
on.
they've been basically bringing him along, and it's like, how many reps he gonna play, man? You know, if he
I,
is healthy, because is he really
but
100% right now?
I don't think he is 100%, man.
No, he not. Hell no, nowhere near it. Let's
He's
just
Because
hope
not.
they don't end. Let's just hope he don't end up being like when well back then when they were called the Washington Redskins, brung their quarterback too damn soon. You see what the hell happened to him?
who
Who
you
you
talking
talking
about?
about?
RJ, RD, or whoever the hell, RJ3, RJ some damn
Oh
body,
yeah,
whoever the hell it was.
man, that pissed me off, man. They ruined his
No, he was
career,
in
man.
the wrong system.
I've had to get
He was
fired.
in the wrong system, man. He
Yeah,
was in the wrong system.
They
because
they
man,
He
they
was in
they
the
fucked
wrong
him, but
system.
they fucked him with no lubrication. I'm sorry.
yeah, I
I'm
agree with
sorry.
you.
Yeah, they did. They did.
Yeah,
They did. They did. He was in the wrong system, you know. And now, by him being there so long, you know, he's back up now.
yeah. And that man definitely ain't no way in hell he should be a backup as good as he is, man.
Okay.
You hear this clown fry?
Okay. Now keep in mind, I didn't say that, and I'm normally the one, but I'm being the perfect gentleman tonight because I'm just like the IT person tonight. I'm not even supposed to be here, but anywho.
Yeah, IG3 is the Grant Hill of the NFL. Hey
Yeah,
man, that's
yeah.
kind of funny. Hey, Coach Pride said that they gonna mess around and get my man's pecker broke, man, and he gonna be out for the season.
Okay.
He
Don't
was
break the
saying
man
that
thing,
about
but
Dak
I'm here for
Prescott.
it. I'll watch. No, let me stop.
Yeah, they better not bring him along too soon, man.
I just think they're gonna bring him back too soon, and it's not gonna be a pretty picture.
Who y'all talking about?
Dak Prescott with his shoulder.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, you know
Because
who else?
player,
That
man.
number one pick. That number one pick. He's gonna be a bust.
Yeah,
Who
but
Trevor Lawrence?
unfortunately, what people fail to realize is, unfortunately, there's been not a lot, but there's been a couple of number one picks that should have been number 50.
Yeah,
I know everybody on this panel can name a few. I seen
Yeah,
a
oh
couple of
yeah.
number one picks that they should have been the number one pick to lose.
yeah. I
Is
felt
Ryan
like
Leaf.
Trey Lance or Justin Fields went 1 and 2
Yeah.
for real.
You crazy too that y'all saying that too, and actually Derek mentioned that Coach V because remember just not so long ago Carson Wentz and Jared Goff was 1 and 2. You know, actually it was Goff then Wentz, and then look at them, man, they ain't even on the same team. I just think the system didn't really fit Jared Goff
Yeah,
over there, and
yeah,
I think he
yeah.
got hurt his hand. That's when him and McVay didn't see eye to eye. But when it came to Carson Wentz, man, you got outplayed from the backup, man. So it was like it wasn't no more respect for him in Philly. And once Philly lost the love for him, I think it was no coming back for Carson Wentz. I just
Poor
feel like
NFL.
start for Jared Goff in a way. He just get a fresh start. Wentz better do something out there, man, or he gonna be a permanent backup himself.
He in Indianapolis, right?
Yeah, he is. They got a nice little squad over there too from last year.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Well, like I say, man, we gonna see. But this Saturday we going up against Michigan Collegiate High School. I'm looking forward to this game here. It's gonna be at Weisner Memorial Stadium. Yeah, that's our home game.
Oh yeah, definitely look forward to, man. Wishing y'all well too, man, because I know after the game, man, after being let down like they was the first game, man, a lot of them pumped and they can't wait to get back out there, man, because now they feel like they got something to prove now, man. And yeah, I know that you being in this position, because I got the fullest and the utmost confidence that you'll be able to develop them boys into better player and to shape them up into men. So yeah, man, definitely good luck on that game, man. I'm wishing y'all well, my brother.
I appreciate that, man. Y'all, if you can't, you in the city, ain't you?
Yeah.
What did it say? You know what? Our next game is next Friday at Chandler Park High School.
I know exactly where that is too.
Kelly Road. I'll keep you the loop of it, man.
Yeah, because I definitely wouldn't mind to come to see some games, man. I haven't went to a game in a long time, man. Ever since they tore down my alma mater on McKenzie.
What year you went to McKenzie?
I went there from '94 to '98.
Okay, my cousin was gone then. You might have heard of him, Keith Walker.
Yeah.
He the legend up in McKenzie.
And it was cool to be cool to see all those good athletes and stuff come out of there, man. We used to be able to see Jerome Bettis every now and then, man. A couple of guys, Gilbert Brown came in there, we seen Cordell Stewart with my man's Jerome Bettis. So yeah, it was kind of cool to see them too. And Coach Dozier, man, he got a lot of guys out of that school, a lot of talented dudes, man. It was definitely a treat to be there. I could tell you that.
I know it was, man. Just to be around a set that McKenzie had from the 70s, 80s, the 90s. Oh wow, man. Because my cousin Keith Walker, he played two sports. He played football and basketball.
Yeah, that dude's a legend.
Yeah, he played
You
quarterback.
you know who he is.
He was the quarterback. And he played point and shooting guard for McKenzie. Made all city, all state in both leagues.
Yeah, that's impressive, man. Yeah, we had a lot of good athletes come out that school too, man. It definitely made me not really appreciate it as much as I do now too, man. Because we used to see Jerome Bettis so much, we actually got used to seeing him, man. Now, then the school done closed down and everything, man. I haven't seen him, at all lately. But yeah, it was good to see a lot of those guys and the talent that they brought up from there, man. And yeah, man, I definitely want to see some more high school football too, man. It's time for me to get out and start watching some more of the games. And then you said
I'm inviting you to our game, man. We play Chandler Park High School.
Okay.
I'm inviting you, brother. I would like to see it. This will be the first time we meet up close and personal.
Definitely want to make that arrangement.
I'm gonna come to one of your games, Coach. I promise. I don't know when though. Okay.
You welcome to come. You damn sure welcome to come. For real. Yeah. But look, man, I'm finna be out of here, man. I gotta get up in the morning. I appreciate y'all letting me come on.
I think we ready to get up out of here too. I think
man.
Hugh has made his point for tonight, and you guys know I don't be I was just the IT person. This ain't my cup of tea, but I was here drinking anyway. Okay.
Definitely
Say me a good
appreciate
night,
you.
Hugh, so we can get the hell up off of here.
All right, man. Appreciate everybody who joined the show, man. Y'all already know too, man. If you ain't watching the show, check me out on Purity the Game, man. You know that's my personal blog, man. I'm always gonna put up the updated sports news and keep you ready. And just look forward to doing the next show, man. And once again, E man, you definitely owe me for that slack in the Alabama game, Miami, man. So yeah, man, you got to show your face, man, and stop hiding from it. You're gonna have to show your face next Wednesday.
Ooh. And on that note,
He went with Miami, didn't he?
Yeah, he said
went with
Miami wasn't gonna win, but they was gonna lose by 14. I said, I wouldn't be surprised if Bama beat them by 30. I was wrong. Alabama beat them by 31.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's
Oh
it.
yeah,
Sure
you know I
Flavor.
feel that pride. Yeah, I loved it, man. How did you feel about that pride? When I got off the show, man, we're gonna have to talk about that, man, because yeah, that kind of changed everything.
Yeah. Hey, but you know, before I go, last week, the best two games I saw
Mhm.
was in Florida State and
Man,
Notre
that was a tough
Dame.
game, wasn't it? They should have won that game.
Yeah, Florida State should have won that game. And it was another one,
Clemson,
Georgia
Georgia.
and Clemson.
Man, that was old school football at its finest, man.
At its
I was trying to
finest.
get
At
upset,
its
like, damn,
finest.
won't somebody score? Because you know they two powerhouse scoring teams, but it was just
Right.
real defensive. And that pick six was the game, basically.
Like you hit me in my mouth, I'm gonna hit you back in yours.
Yeah,
You
because
know,
AC,
that's the type of game that was.
yeah, I definitely
That's
enjoyed
the
that,
type of
man.
game
That was
that
just
was.
good smash mouth football, man. Definitely, man. Can't
But
wait till
it was.
tomorrow, man.
And shit, Minnesota had a chance to beat Ohio State.
I think what spoiled that game is that one bad call against Minnesota that kind of took the fight
Yep,
out of them too.
yep, yep, yep,
They
yep,
could
yep, yep.
not stop that running back. Damn, that boy, man. I'm looking. I
But
can't wait to hit the pros.
but
The
then it's here.
Muhammad.
Ohio State got their hands full against Oregon.
Oh yeah, they definitely do play this up
They
and
got
coming
their
week.
hands
Man, I'm
full.
looking forward to that one too.
Huh?
I'm definitely looking forward to that game too, man. I can't wait.
Yeah, they got their hands full on that one there, man. And they playing in Ohio State too.
Mm.
Yeah, they playing in Ohio State. So, well, look, man, let me get out of here, man. As always, I love y'all. Thank you for
Love you
letting me
too,
come
man.
on. I want to come on again.
Oh, absolutely, man. You already know you invited next Wednesday, man. You know, anytime, coach.
I'll be there. I'll be there.
All right,
All
I'll be
right, y'all.
definitely
Y'all have a good one.
brother.
All right.
All
All
right,
right,
peace, y'all.
y'all.